dairy products, sandwiches, coffee, or other consumable food items, as well as flowers or plants. The gangways today will be located on Gala Deck number 4 forward and Gala Deck number 4 midship, which can be accessed via the forward and midship stairways and elevators. For those guests with mobility difficulties using wheelchairs and scooters requiring special assistance to disembark, please make use of the gangway located on Gala Deck number 4 midship. Please practice extra caution when walking along the dock, as the area may be uneven. If you are booked on one of our ship's organized tours today, please take careful note of the meeting time and location printed on your tour tickets. All guests are requested to be back on board no later than 7:30 p.m. this evening, as the Grand Princess will be sailing for San Francisco shortly thereafter. Once again, all guests are requested to be back on board no later than 7:30 p.m. this evening, as the Grand Princess will be sailing for San Francisco shortly thereafter. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever your plans are for today, we wish you an excellent day and a very happy New Year.
Oh, thank you. Let's rewind. And give it up for Eleanor! Hi, Eleanor. How are you?
A little performance anxiety.
I know, I bet you are now. After that, I love your little reenactment of the welcome to Ensenada announcement. That was lovely. Now, Eleanor, where are you from?
Boston.
Boston! All right. Now, you're the final act, and you are going to tell us a little story, aren't you? What's it called?
The story is about the magical garden by the sea.
Oh, lovely. All right. So how about a big round of applause for our final act is Eleanor. Go for it, Eleanor. And also we have Art. He's going to be playing the piano for you as well. There we go.
He's going to tinkle in the background. By my request. I live across the street from the sea, the Atlantic Ocean, and I have a wonderful garden that has many 6-foot-high lily trees, mirrors, fairies, and a koi pond. This short story I wrote is for children and adults to enjoy. But really, the story is about the fairies who live in the garden by the sea. There is a magical garden by the sea that has a big white fence around it to protect the many fairies who live there. There are 6 mirrors in the garden that are doorways to fairyland. These doorways let the fairies go back and forth to fairyland whenever they need a vacation, because the fairies work very hard helping the gardener to keep everything beautiful, happy, and growing. As you approach the garden gate, you see the picture of the fairy queen and beautiful butterflies and flowers painted on the gate as she smilingly invites you to come in. When you open the garden gate, before you is a path leading past wonderful sights. There are many pots filled to the brim and overflowing with the most delicious small and large tomatoes. Their colors are orange, yellow, green, and pink. Next to the tomatoes are pots filled with 3 kinds of basil, followed by orange, grapefruit, chocolate, and pineapple mint. Can you imagine such flavors? A few steps ahead to the right side of the kitchen door are 6 6-foot-high lily trees whose perfume is carried on the breeze as it moves through the kitchen door and the entire house. Wait! To the left of the path is a mirror with a carved gold frame. This is the first door the fairies step through when they begin to learn how to take care of the garden. 5 more steps, and we hear the sound of the waterfall gurgling, making a home for 24 smiling goldfish, including the koi, of course, who are the boss of the pond. In the middle of the fish pond is a mermaid fairy sitting on a large, colorful seashell, seeing that all live happily around her on the bank of the pond. Next to the goldfish pond is the star dogwood. At the top of the tree, we see the long vines of the grapes as they have twined their way up high. This placement makes the birds very, very happy because because they fly up to feast on their delicious grape food. And the fairy cat, Miss Gloria, who lives there, can't get to them, no matter how hard she tries. Looking down the stairs, who do we see standing next to the 8 fat purple eggplants? The elegant fairy Lady Lynn, with her watering cans and large brimmed sun hat. There she also watches the cabbages and blueberry bushes. Behind her at the back of the garden is Adam, the fishing boy. In case I didn't tell you, there are boy fairies as well. He has a very important job as he helps the bees pollinate the vegetables and flowers. The biggest mirror of all is at the back of the fence. When children are very good, they can see the fairies coming and going through the mirror to their home in fairyland. Miss Gloria sits next to this mirror because she has 2 jobs. She welcomes the fairies to the garden and checks to see that no one steps on the baby plants as they're putting up their little sprouts. Miss Gloria loves to be in the garden. However, in the winter time, you can find Miss Gloria curled up by the fireplace dreaming of summer, a way to climb to the top of the trees where the best grapes and birds are, and all that goes on in her busy life in the magical Garden of the Sea.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Eleanor, also for Ard as well on the piano. Eleanor, stay there because we are going to welcome